Hello, my name's James Hilton. I'm a former head teacher of 15 years experience.
I'm David Barnett, I'm the head teacher of Chudley Primary School in Devon.
My name's Tanya and I work in a specialist primary school for children between the ages of 5 and 11.
Hello, I'm Weston. I'm the founder of Talking Heads.
Talking Heads, we've identified that there is a need for head teachers and senior leaders in education to have regular supervision. We held an event, Supervision Curious, to which we invited teachers, head teachers, coaches, supervisors, which stimulated a lot of lively and interesting discussion around the subject of supervision in education.
But for the last 5 years I've been working as a speaker and writer, talking about resilience, stress management and well-being. Based on my own experiences as a head, 10 years ago, I failed to spot the encroaching signs of stress and some of the physical symptoms, and for a while I completely burnt myself out and had 6 months off work. I was very, very isolated, not talking to anybody, and the reason I'm here today is because I strongly believe that if I'd had supervision, it would have given me an opportunity to talk about some of the things that I was feeling and perhaps avoid some of the adverse symptoms that I then came to display.
Supervision is a key leadership tool to help schools improve, to help have a better impact on children in the schools that we're working in. Supervision isn't coaching, it often gets confused. Coaching is more about trying to help us achieve a particular outcome, to move towards a particular goal, to achieve a particular set of results perhaps with the children. Supervision is more about taking the things to a safe space that we are worried about, the things that are keeping us awake at night, the things that we perhaps can't talk about with anybody else in the school because it might make us feel vulnerable. The sort of things we can't talk about to somebody who's already got a professional relationship with the school, perhaps the chair of governors or the school improvement partner or somebody else who's coming in to work with you in a leadership capacity. We need to be able to speak to somebody who can help us find a solution ourselves. We know what the solutions are, we've got the experience, we've got the expertise, but sometimes we can't quite see it, and talking to somebody in a confidential way through supervision provides that opportunity.
As a senior leader in the school, it's particularly important that I have external supervision because it means that I have someone that I can talk to that is out of my environment. It's important that I have an impact on the children every day, and I deal with a lot of very difficult and challenging cases. I couldn't do that and be the best practitioner I could be if I didn't have somewhere to leave all of the worries and concerns that I have. That's what supervision does for me.
13 years as a supervisor whilst doing a postgraduate certificate and really delving down into my passion for supervision as a transformative experience, that actually there was a real role to play here in supporting head teachers to be the best that they can be at work, because that's why they go into work, but they are an extremely isolated profession, and my passion for wanting to support them also comes from working as a therapist with children in schools.
3 years into my second headship, and in January of 2006 I started getting migraines. I started to get quite a lot of lower back pain. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't make any connection between that and the headaches. 6, I was driving to work one day and it was around about halfway, and I started experiencing chest pains. I thought at first I was having a heart attack. I now know with the benefit of hindsight it was actually a panic attack. Pulled over, got myself into school, but it happened again a couple of days later, same roundabout, and again and again. And this roundabout almost became a visual trigger for feelings of anxiety about what the day might hold. I developed stammer. It wasn't in every situation, but if I was in a challenging situation with a parent, for example, or a challenging situation with a member of staff, the stammer would kick in. As a result of that, I started to withdraw into myself, speaking to parents at assemblies. I stopped going to heads meetings, which with the benefit of hindsight, was a huge mistake because it just became a bigger and bigger mountain then to climb. My wife ran school with something called a bad back, which was not untrue, but not entirely representative of the truth. And eventually she got to go to the doctors.
And what happened after probably our first couple of sessions was I had a notebook. And I realised that whilst I was almost holding my breath waiting for those sessions, because I was also dealing with a heavy safeguarding load as well, I couldn't keep everything in my head, do my job, cope my counselling, be a mum, do all of those things. So a friend bought me a lovely notebook about great adventures, and in it, this became my turn as supervisor. So the first thing I put in it was an archway, because we had a conversation about the physicality of these things and feeling an archway in my chest. And we talked about what colour it might be, and we talked about how it was blocked because things weren't necessarily flowing, and we worked on that concept over time. I deal with some really, really horrific safeguarding cases, including we've had children taken away from their parents physically at school, physically removed, which is just heartbreaking. And I've had to move staff away because they haven't been able to cope with it. The only reason that I've maintained any sanity alongside that is because of my notebook and supervision. I've been through lots of traumatic things previously. I've had birth trauma, I've had flashbacks 40, 50 times a day from having my children. I've had issues at work where colleagues weren't supportive in previous jobs. And all those things I've kind of got through, but I hadn't actually managed. And now I have supervision. I realise that I can reflect on all of those things, look at what I've learned, bring them back to supervision if they're relevant, but also have the courage to let things go, which leaves space for my staff to come to me and say if they've got issues, and me offer them supervision, and in turn all of us be that person to be there for those children that actually haven't got anyone. So supervision is kind of up here, and from it you've got this almost like a kind of a wigwam diagram of everyone flowing out from underneath it. So you've got supervisor and yourself, your colleagues and the people that come to you for support, your family, your friends, everyone that bridges out of it. And then somewhere in the centre of it is your school. And you're able to make change happen because it's happening to you through supervision. And for me, it's been life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. It's been probably one of the hardest years I've ever had. Starting a new job, getting rid of staff, losing my mum, girls going up to secondary school, you know, the usual life things. And the fact that I could communicate with someone in Devon through a screen, which, you know, it's like this magic portal. We can be in the same place, even though we're in different parts. And that's led me to supporting another school in London, which I'm very honoured to have been asked to be their school improvement partner, which is a huge piece of personal development. But we're doing that through Skype because I've seen that it works. So technology is amazing if you are open to it. And I would say to everyone, just give supervision a go. Find someone that works for you. Shop around if they're not the right person, which is what you said to me, and connect with them. Because honestly, not only will you feel like a completely different person, the children will feel like different people as well, because you are not feeding what you're carrying to them.
The supervisor relationship, okay, it might be in 6 weeks' time and I might be able to hold it that long, but actually I might be able to just ping an email, help, I need to talk something through with you. And it's having someone who's outside of education isn't necessarily thinking about it in an educational way as well, and they're thinking about it in a totally different way. I think there is that, yeah, in a relationship, a marriage, whatever you do buy into that. You're going to support each other, whatever words you use, better, worse, richer, poorer. But I think it's professionally we need somewhere to go. So if my deputy is struggling with managing a member of staff, she would come to me. If a team leader is struggling with managing a member of staff or a parent or something, they come to me. I can offload things on those people in the school. Actually, Julie, two others were in a room yesterday at Julie's school to a partnership, and we do understand with each other. But actually, there's a professional vulnerability in doing that. I don't want you all to lose your faith in me because I'm saying I really can't cope with this. So that actually, I can contact somebody else about that, and they professionally can leave it. They might take some of it to their supervisor, but they don't have the same vested emotional attachment which my wife or my mum or my next door neighbour, who's also a teacher, and anybody else, that they're all teachers. Out of 11 houses there are 7 teachers in our college, and 2 husband and wife pairs of teachers, so I can imagine what our dinner parties are talking about all the time, and lots of senior leaders as well. But you can't have that same sort of conversation with somebody.
I think it's a skill base as well, isn't it? I mean, I do a lot of riding, and my husband can give me a back massage when I've worked too hard and used the wrong muscles, and that's lovely. But actually, I go to the osteopath every 6 weeks.
That's exactly what I was saying. Actually, it takes an enormous amount of training and skill and expertise to be either a psychotherapist or a supervisor or a coach. There are people, unfortunately, who just, as you said, set themselves up when they haven't had the training. And there's a reason for that, because actually, to give someone the time to think, or the space, to give someone and ask the right questions and listen without judgment. This isn't a criticism of us. We want to fix everything because we want to make everything better. We want to fix things, and it's so hard for those of us in education to take me a whole year on this coaching course to stop giving advice and to try and listen deeply and really give someone the chance to find a solution for themselves. And I think with all the best will in the world as friends and partners and siblings and what we do for one another, and we want to help, and you just cannot help. People end up giving advice, and it's because they love you dearly as well, and they want you to be okay, and they've got their own viewpoint on it, and they can't help but give it.
And some of it, I know when I go home, and some of the cases, my husband actually says to me, I can't hear anymore. I can't even hear a summary of that, because actually I've been doing this for 15 years, and some of the cases are so horrific that him as a dad can't then cope with it emotionally. He doesn't have the same way of offloading that I do. So I can't emotionally connect with him on that, because that would just destroy us as a couple, because we'd look at our children differently, we'd have different conversations, and whilst he is the most supportive person ever, I can't do that to him because it's not fair, because I know he can't cope with that. And so I bring it in its kind of skeleton form, still keeping it professional, to my supervisor.
One of the things that I think that last little bit, talking about the benefits for us, but actually I think so I'm married, been married 25 years, doing this sort of work, and I think that I've always had a supervisor, and it's enabled me to save the best bit of me from the people who my partner, so she doesn't get all my rubbish.
That's the other way.
That's what it means, I think, for me, that it saves that best bit of me, so I can give that to those people at places.
I'm actually really clear and really passionate that the input of 9 sessions of supervision over a year, which are bespoke and absolutely for the person sitting in front of me, can actually help transform the lives of all the children and teachers in a school if the senior leader is able to function from a place where they feel supported. That would mean that they're able to be reflective and empathic instead of remaining stressed and finding it very difficult to function.